Hi, my name is Janice, Fitness and Sports Instructor at CFB Kingston. Today I have for you a mobility workout. So this is going to be a great mobility series that you can do prior to your training session, any training session, or something that you can do first thing in the morning after you wake up, just to try to get those joints and limbs moving fluidly to start your day. All right, so to start off, we're going to come into a child's pose position. So starting on all fours, just pushing those hips back towards those heels, reaching those arms long out in front of you. And we're going to flow from child's pose, coming forward, dropping those hips down towards the ground, opening up that chest, bringing the gaze upward as we come into cobra. And sitting back towards the heels once again. And coming forward into that cobra. We're going to flow back and forth 5 times. Drop those hips down and sit those hips back. Last time, drop the hips down, arch that back, open up through that chest, and then sit those hips back. Coming into an all fours position here. Hands and wrists are under shoulders, knees under hips, back in a neutral spine. We're coming into cat and cow here. So starting off, you're going to drop that belly down towards the ground as you arch that low back, bringing the gaze upward, pushing the chest down, and then reverse. Tucking that tailbone, arching that mid-back up towards the sky, dropping the chin towards chest. Uncurl that tailbone, push those hips upward, bringing the gaze upward as the chest goes down towards the ground. And then reverse, tuck that tailbone, tuck that chin. Each of these flowing sequences, we're going to be doing 5 times in each direction. So one more. Cow, drop that chest, drop that belly. And then tuck that tailbone, push the back up towards the sky, tucking that chin. And we'll come back to that tabletop position, nice neutral spine. From here, we're going to bring that right hand up off the floor, bringing the fingertips up by the ears and opening the elbow out to the side. And we're going to reach that right elbow over towards the left elbow as we keep those hips nice and level and then opening up. We're rotating through that thoracic spine here, trying to open up that mid-back without rotating through those hips. So keeping those hips nice and level. Reach up to the opposite elbow, and then reaching up towards the sky, only going as far as is comfortable without rotating through those hips. One more. Tap. And reach. Bringing that right hand back to the floor, lifting the left hand up this time. Fingertips come up by the ears and dropping over towards that right elbow and then opening up. You may find one side a little more flexible and mobile than the other side. Still keeping those hips level. Trying to mobilize that thoracic spine. Do one more. Reach. And then dropping the hand back down to the floor. From here, we're going to push into a plank position. And then stepping the right foot forward outside of that right hand. Right hand is going to come up off the floor as we rotate, reaching up towards the sky. And then down and switch sides. Left hand reaching up this time, still keeping those hips level to the ground. 5 on each side. If you'd like to, you can always drop that back knee each time. If you find staying in that low lunge is a little too much. One more on each side. Reach high. Good. We're coming back into a downward facing dog here. And then we're going to push through to plank. Pushing back to downward facing dog. Reaching long with those fingers. And then back through to plank. If you need to drop the knees here, that is fine. Downward facing dog. And plank. One more in each direction. Good. Just dropping the knees to the floor. We're going to come into a lunge and monkey series flow, half monkey. This is going to help to open up through the hips and to lengthen through those hamstrings. So from that all fours position, step the right foot forward between the hands, and then the hands come up overhead as you push that left hip down towards the ground. Leaning back slightly, feeling a nice stretch through the hip flexor on that left side. And then bringing the hands down to the ground. We're going to sit those hips back, lifting the front toes off the ground. Coming back just as far as is comfortable, sitting towards that heel. And then coming forward again, push that left hip down, bringing the hands up, leaning back slightly. And then sitting back. Last one on this side. Reach tall. And then sit back. Feel a nice stretch down the back of that leg. Good, returning that right knee beside left. Bringing the left knee and foot forward between those hands. Pushing the right hip down towards the floor. Bring the hands up overhead, leaning back slightly. Feeling a nice elongation through the front of that hip flexor. And then pushing those hips back, hands come to the floor, lifting those left toes as we come into half monkey. Reaching that chest down towards the knee. Avoiding rounding through that back, you want to be reaching that chest towards the knee. Last one on this side. Good. We're going to come forward. We're going to push back into that downward facing dog once more. Hands on the floor. Lifting that right knee up off the floor, stepping the left foot back to meet it, and then pushing back into downward facing dog. Nice generous bend in those knees. We're going to pedal the feet this time. Waking up those calves. Lengthening through those arms and the backs of the shoulders. Reaching those fingertips long on the floor. One more on each side. And then we'll drop both heels down towards the floor in that full downward facing dog. From here, we're going to walk our hands backward towards our feet and roll up slowly as we come into inchworm. So from here, tucking chin towards chest, rolling that upper body down towards the ground, walking the hands along the floor as we come into an extended plank position, hands just in front of those shoulders. And then we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet and roll that body back upward. We've got 5 inchworms here. Continuing to breathe comfortably. Avoid holding your breath at any point during these movements. If you need to bend your knees slightly on that roll down, do so. Let's do one more here. Tuck the chin, roll down, walk those hands. And then walk them back and roll up. I'm going to turn to face you here now as we come into a squat series. So I'm going to have you squat down nice and low here, grabbing a hold under the toes with those fingertips. And then you're going to push those hips up towards the sky. Coming into a forward fold. Then bending those knees once again, coming back into that squat position. Nice deep squat. And push those hips back up. Looking to open up the hips. Making sure that those arms are on the insides of those knees. Send the hips back and down. And then extending those legs up. Let's do one more here. Good. Coming back down, we're going to have a seat right on the mat. So move into our final movement for this session. Another hip opener. We're going to do hip swings. So starting facing the short end of your mat or just off to one side, we're going to bring our legs into a 90 degree here and a 90 degree here. Just leaning back slightly, you're going to rotate over to the opposite side, opening up to the other side. We're just trying to mobilize those hips here, and then rotate back to the other side. Trying to stay in contact with the floor at all times. Through those hips, sitting up nice and tall. Should feel it through the outside of your hips. Do one more towards the other side. And then just coming to a nice seated cross-legged position. So that is our mobility series for the day. As I said, you can use this for before a training session to get that blood flowing, circulation to those muscles and joints, or first thing in the morning just to get yourself moving for the day. You can check out more of our fitness programs, circuits, dumbbell, kettlebell circuits, bodyweight circuits, and flexibility, mobility, and yoga classes on our social media accounts at PSP Kingston on Facebook and Instagram, and also on our YouTube channel. Have a great day.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.